Hello and welcome everyone. Today, we're going to discover the incredible saga of Carlos Ghosn, a story of meteoric rise, dazzling success, and the twists and turns of a Hollywood thriller. From his promising beginnings to his status as an automotive titan, everything seemed to smile on Ghosn. But then a shadow appeared on the horizon, transforming his fairy tale into a media storm. But how could such a renowned leader find himself at the heart of one of the business world's biggest controversies? Join us on this captivating exploration, where ambition, drama and surprise meet in every chapter. Born in 1954 in Porto Velho, Brazil, Carlos Ghosn was immersed in a melting pot of cultures from an early age. At the tender age of 6, he found himself walking the bustling streets of Beirut, after his family decided to move to Lebanon. There, in the midst of this Mediterranean crossroads, he forged an unshakable resilience and learned to decipher the subtleties of the world around him. Having embraced the diversity of cultures in his youth, Carlos decided to continue his education in France. When he set foot on French soil, he instinctively headed for the pinnacle of academic training. Starting out at the École Polytechnique, the flagship of French engineering, he went on to study at the École des Mines de Paris, renowned for its rigor and innovative approach. At these elite institutions, Ghosn's intellectual acuity was honed, giving him a solid foundation and a distinctive strategic perspective. But it was in the professional world that he truly demonstrated his talent. Michelin, the world's leading tire manufacturer, welcomed him into its fold. At this industrial giant, Ghosn doesn't just keep up with the times. He made his mark. Deciphering markets with finesse, anticipating trends, orchestrating teams, he rises, step by step, with contagious energy. And then the South American scene presented itself to him, a vibrant and unpredictable market, inviting Ghosn to deploy all his strategic sagacity. Such was his triumph that Michelin soon propelled him to an even greater role, placing him at the global helm. A rise to power, an ode to his mastery in transmuting challenges into triumphs. While his name was echoing at Michelin, a new horizon was taking shape for Ghosn. The automobile sector, bubbling with change, was whispering of new adventures. And it was to Renault, that French jewel, that his gaze turned, ready to embrace new challenges at the crossroads of the technological age. 1996 was the turning point. Carlos Ghosn, with his enviable track record and reputation for turning companies around, was invited aboard this ship in disarray. But what he found at Renault was hardly encouraging: staggering debt, an outdated range of vehicles and a declining brand image. To the average person, Renault was a lost cause, an industrial tragedy in the making. Nevertheless, Ghosn was not one to let a challenge get him down. His years at Michelin had forged in him a fighting spirit and an ability to make bold decisions. Without wasting any time, he shook up the established order at Renault. He drove out inefficiencies, encouraged cross-functional collaboration and instilled a new performance-oriented culture. Ghosn, aware of the importance of charismatic products, is staging a renaissance of the Renault range. New stars, such as the Clio and Megane, arrive, evoking avant-garde design, rock-solid reliability and a touch of panache. They win the hearts of consumers and rekindle the Renault flame. But Ghosn had a much broader vision than the French market. He was already casting eager eyes to international horizons, establishing strategic alliances, particularly in Asia, anticipating the needs of a globalized automotive market. The transformation was astonishing. In the space of 2 years, Renault, once moribund, was resurrected with vigor. Not only did the company return to financial health, it also positioned itself as a driving force on the world stage. But while Renault was shining again, another giant was sinking in the east. And for Ghosn, the echo of this new challenge was impossible to ignore. So, in 1999, he joined Nissan. This came as a great surprise to the industry. For how could a foreigner, fresh from turning around Renault, find his way into the complex maze of the Japanese company? Drowning under an abysmal $20 billion debt? The stakes were colossal. Nissan, once the pride of the Japanese automotive industry, was on the brink of collapse. Japanese decision-makers, accustomed to a consensual approach and respect for tradition, were on their guard. Ghosn, however, was no stranger to challenges. He wasted no time in implementing the Nissan revival plan. Instead of bending to conventional Japanese methods, he pushed Nissan to break certain molds. He vigorously attacked the company's cumbersome cost structure, closed unprofitable facilities, and got rid of superfluous assets. He also insists on the need for product innovation, convinced that Nissan's survival depends on its ability to seduce consumers once again with bold, high-quality vehicles. At the same time, he is strengthening ties with Renault, seeking synergies to optimize costs and share innovations. This international collaboration is proving fruitful, generating economies of scale and offering Nissan a financial lifeline. It was a risky gamble, but the results speak for themselves. In just 1 year, Nissan, which had seemed doomed, has made a triumphant return to profitability. In 3 years, the mountain of debt has been drastically reduced, giving way to renewed confidence and optimism. But the Ghosn saga at Nissan was not just a story of financial recovery, but also a masterly demonstration of how bold vision, combined with unwavering determination, can transcend cultural barriers and revitalize a sleeping giant. However, having transformed Nissan and defied convention, Ghosn was not about to slow down. Far from it. His upward trajectory has led him to another remarkable milestone in his career. In 2005, Ghosn, already CEO of Nissan, added another string to his bow by also taking the reins at Renault. This double role made him the first individual to simultaneously head 2 Fortune Global 500 companies. Under Ghosn's enlightened leadership, the Renault-Nissan Alliance has continued to chart its course to success, broadening its horizons with the integration of Mitsubishi in 2016. This powerful combination has propelled them into the ranks of the world's automotive titans. But Ghosn wasn't just an expansion strategist, he also had an eye for innovation. With Nissan, he brought this vision to life with ambitious projects such as the Leaf, an electric car that quickly won the hearts of motorists around the world. A visionary, he didn't stop there. Aware of the power of alliances, he forged key partnerships with heavyweights such as Daimler and Avtovaz, further strengthening the alliance's global presence and influence. However, like Icarus who ventured dangerously close to the sun, Ghosn was confronted with storms he could never have foreseen. In November 2018, an earthquake shook the international scene when Ghosn was arrested in Tokyo. The allegations were serious. He was accused of underreporting his income over a period of several years, and embezzling company funds for personal expenses, including the purchase of real estate abroad and the use of company assets for non-business purposes. Since then, the impact of this arrest has been felt worldwide. The headlines in media outlets such as BBC, CNN and Le Monde immediately put the case in the spotlight, generating incessant debate and discussion. Inside Nissan itself, the turmoil was palpable. Hiroto Saikawa, then CEO of Nissan and having previously worked closely alongside Ghosn, made no secret of his disappointment at the allegations made against his former mentor. Meanwhile, in Tokyo, Ghosn's detention became one of the most hotly debated topics. In Kosuge prison, he is facing conditions of isolation, with prolonged interrogations and without the presence of a lawyer. The very structure of the Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi Alliance is turned upside down, emergency meetings are called, responsibilities were redistributed, and mistrust set in at the heart of this once solid entity. Nevertheless, Ghosn, who had already written epic chapters in turning around ailing companies, shows no signs of capitulation. With the same fervor he used to transform Nissan and Renault, he vigorously disputes the accusations leveled against him. He speaks of a conspiracy meticulously orchestrated by certain top Nissan executives. According to him, these executives, worried about the potential implications of an even closer merger with Renault, sought to oust him to protect their own interests. Faced with such an assertion, and with the controversy already in the air, the buzz around Ghosn was growing. The world, captivated by the events surrounding this automotive icon, awaited the next twists and turns in this thrilling saga. And in this respect, Ghosn did not disappoint. In an escape worthy of a movie script, Ghosn thwarted the surveillance of his guards in December 2019. Using a musical instrument box as a hiding place, he made a daring escape from Japan to Lebanon. This country, not only dear to his heart as the land of his childhood, also had the advantage of not having an extradition agreement with Japan, offering Ghosn a degree of security from his pursuers. From Beirut, far from hiding, Ghosn has become a staunch defender of his cause. His press conferences attract journalists from all over the world, each media outlet seeking to understand this spectacular turnaround. Ghosn's statements are unequivocal. He questions the Japanese legal system, describing it as unfair and oppressive. Carlos Ghosn's story, from business hero to fugitive, shows just how far fortunes can swing. His story is a blend of ambition, intrigue and controversy that will continue to fascinate for years to come. In conclusion, Carlos Ghosn remains an emblematic figure of the business world, embodying a true epic at the heart of the automotive industry.